It's motorsport stripped to the core. Competition down to earth or flying high. It is rally, and this is the East Coast Bull Bars Australian Rally Championship. The Quit Forest Rally enters its 29th consecutive year of competition in Western Australia, testimony to the strength of rallying in the country's most western state. In today's program, we'll blast back into the past with the two-wheel drive classics. And we'll bring you the action from the East Coast Bull Bars four-wheel drive National Series, being run in conjunction with the Outright Championship in 2013. Plus, we'll feature the latest addition to rally, the Pedder's Power Stage. Car on car, driver on driver, the top 5 teams will shoot out for bonus championship points. The 2013 season kicked off in Canberra last month with a new field of cars and a raft of drivers and experience. It was Eli Evans whose experience in the Honda brought him the weekend spoils, but it was shared with Scott Pedder in his return to rallying in the Swiss Renault Sport. A heat win apiece, but the Power Stage made the difference, with Evans in front. Jack Monkhouse brought one of 2 Nissan Silvias home in a fast and consistent performance that rewarded him with 3rd. Mark Pedder snuck into the Power Stage and after a frustrating start with brake issues, celebrated his first finish in a Canberra rally in 6 starts. Tom Wilde was on a roll, catching a berth in the Power Stage and running top 3 all event, only to slide off the road and down the order in the dying stages. In championship terms, it's Eli Evans from Scott Pedder, with Jack Monkhouse, Mark Pedder and Tom Wilde hot on their heels. Round 2 from the Quit Forest Rally will no doubt change all that, and the first opportunity to gain championship points will come with the Pedder's Power Stage, being held on the Barnard Park foreshore in the seaside town of Busselton.
What an exciting start to this year's East Coast Bull Bars Australian Rally Championship. In Canberra we saw Renault and Honda each win a heat round. Then of course Brendan Reeves in the mighty Mazda taking out the all-important Pedder's Power Stage, but failed with some mechanical issues a little later on. And we can't forget the ever consistent Jack Monkhouse from South Australia in the ageing Nissan Silvia, who came in 3rd outright. We are here for the 2nd round, the Quit Forest Rally in Busselton, on the foreshore. It's a tarmac special stage with a lot of square corners. The front wheel drives will have the advantage, but there is a baptism of fire with the brand new 370Z Nissan driven by Nicholas Fox. Will he be able to do it? I'll tell you what, it's all important for the crews to go for it on this stage because there are bonus points on offer for this event.
Each round, the Pedder's Power Stage will provide a new and exciting challenge to drivers with the opportunity of picking up some championship points before the event begins. The concept is simple. Every entrant has 2 qualifying passes over the stage to establish the 5 fastest times from either run. Those drivers then line up for one shot at grabbing the extra points on offer. 5 for first, 3 for second, 1 for third. And every power stage will differ. Last event it was a traditional gravel rally stage. This round it's tarmac. So let's take a look at the layout. Beginning in an anti-clockwise direction, cars will head toward a hairpin entry to a long back straight with a slight kink to keep them on their toes. 3 square left corners will bring them back to where they started, and that's the end of the first sector at the Quit Split, leading into Sector 2. Another full lap of the same circuit will lead them back under the start-finish arch to the East Coast Bull Bars Barrel, a handbrake turn marking the 3rd and final sector. The final lap will be in the reverse direction around the track and finishing under the start-finish arch. In all, just over 3 kilometres of fast, frenetic racing. Dean Herridge is on the stage with Ross Dunkerton, who's just driven the course.
Ross, you've just come out in the Pedder's Ute, of course, on the power stage. Your run on there. What you make of the stage?
Well, there's a couple of tricky corners, especially that hairpin, you know. The entry is quite wide and it tightens, and I've seen a lot of cars over the years hit the exit of that.
I'm sure they're going to do it in this stage.
The difficult thing for them is their only power stage this year on tarmac, and of course with the rules they have to run a rally tyre. That makes it very difficult for these guys.
It does. What they do is they actually scrub all the rubber off the tyres till about 3 or 4 mil of tyre tread left. It allows the car to be more stable as they go into a corner. Certainly not as good as a tarmac tyre, but you know, as close as they can get.
It means the cars move around a lot, and you highlighted the hairpin before. We've thrown a twist in for the power stage, haven't we?
Oh, highball. Yeah, it's a barrel which they've got to come up to and grab the handbrake and get round and reverse direction of the stage. And, you know, left-hand drive, right-hand drive, which side of the barrel are they going to take to be the quickest?
And of course in qualifying they didn't take that barrel, and they're going to go the opposite direction, as you say. When they fire down off this straight at high speed to that hairpin, of course now they're going to make a braking call. With these tyres, the car's moving around, and the exit on their hairpin is going to be critical.
It certainly is. As I said before, I've seen a lot of people hit it, and I'm sure there's somebody who's going to hit it this time.
No doubt you'll commentate it, mate. You're heading out there with Rusty now, and we're going to recap some of the qualifying action for you right now.
Thanks, Dino. Well, it's on for young and old. The Hondas set the pace early. Now, they have an Italian specialist tarmac engineer with them here, helping with the setup. Evans led the way with Mark Pedder, 4th quickest. His brother Scott has had something of a hoodoo with this stage over the years, clipping the barrel there, but he was able to sneak into the 5 by 0.02 of a second. His young teammate, Tom Wilde, made easier work of qualifying into the top 5. No trouble at all. The Nissans of Jack Monkhouse and Will Orders were close, but not close enough. The Fibertech Sylvia missing the cut by 0.4 of a second, while the Hillary's Hotel entry was pipped by just 0.2. Running on a softer suspension setup and standard gravel tyres cost Michael Bowden any chance of qualifying. The Warhope Warrior surprising down in 9th. The other Repco VW was smoking on the track, but for all the wrong reasons. Mick Patton struggling to get the right setup on the Polo Vivio. Qualifying, the 1600 R2 Ford Fiesta was always going to be a big call for Adrian Coppin. And like Nick Box, who was debuting the Nissan 370Z, they both missed the cut. Brendan Reeves again showed the pace of the Mazda 2, 0.3 behind the Honda and half a second in front of the Renault. So, Eli Evans, Brendan Reeves, Tom Wilde, Mark Pedder and Scott Pedder will line up to fight for 5 extra championship points on offer for the quickest driver around the Pedder's Power Stage, coming your way in just a few moments. Welcome back to the newest take on rallying, the Pedder's Power Stage. While our 5 qualifiers ready themselves for battle, Nick Box and his brand new Nissan 370Z gets a second chance with a wildcard entry for the Power Stage. His 1 minute 37.8 was a second too slow to qualify, and there are no bonus points on offer for the wild card. But let's see what he can do with his rear-wheel drive Z. Dean Herridge is on the start line with him right now.
You wild-carded into this one, mate. Brand new car. How's it feeling?
Yeah, it's a bit awkward at the moment, trying to get terms driving something totally different, but it's a lot of fun.
And that's what this stage is about for you. You're going to go for around here, or you're still learning it?
Oh, I'm still learning it, but we'll certainly have a crack.
Nick's done a wonderful job with the build on this car. Very hands-on. He's underway. Look at the way it smokes the rear tyres. And Ross Duncan, as we welcome you, a little bit of nostalgia here because you have competed back in the old days. This is the new 370 spec Nissan, but the 240 is something that brings back good memories for you, isn't it?
Certainly does, Rusty. Hey, look at that as he comes round. He's smoking those tyres. He is on the money here, and you'll hear the sequential gearbox as he goes bang, bang, bang through the gears.
Sounds magnificent.
He's throwing it around. He's doing a good job. Now, this car is the heaviest of all the cars running in this Power Stage, so he is. And, of course, it's a brand new car and great development that Nick Box has done to this thing. It is a beast as he comes through, throws the car. So, oh, I tell you what, very close to that barrier there.
How's the driving style? One hand on the wheel, the other on the sequential shift. He is right at home here.
Let's see how he goes through this hairpin that I was mentioning. This is tight. Oh, he's thrown it. Oh, he's lost it. He pulls it back. Power on. I
Tell you what, this thing's got some grunt.
100 left 3 late.
Oh, is this rallying or drifting? You're riding at the moment with Nick Box, co-driver Todd Payne, sideways, just holds it, just holds it.
Rusty, he's got to keep traction. Once you start losing traction on tarmac, you just wipe off the speed, and he is wiping off speed, but having a huge time.
The left 3 very late.
Oh, so close to the wall. Was that even a light brush with it, perhaps? Around the hairpin he goes, around the East Coast Bull Bars barrel. Nicely done.
Very nicely done as he goes back for one lap in reverse. Oh!
150, right 3 very late narrows. Right 3 very late narrows.
It's only a wild card entry into the Powers stage, but it's a welcome addition to the two-wheel drive championship in 2013. What a debut. This is a spectacular showing from him. Not a great time by the looks of it, but still.
This is fast through there. That is high speed. He'd be doing 160, 170 down through that area where they thread the needle into the tight. This is where it becomes wide and tightens as they go out for the last time. Down to the left hander. Let's see how he goes here.
Oh, he's gone!
And the cameraman runs to safety. Oh!
Keeps it buried, flick spin, and away he goes. So that will prove even more costly for Nick Box, but it's still a spectacular showing, and what a debut in the East Coast Bull Bars Australian Rally Championship.
Getting used to how it handles. I tried a few different things. They didn't work very well, but it was good fun.
Let's take a look at a replay here. It was a great exhibition, but that's about all, wasn't it?
It certainly was. And you've got to remember, he was on full tread rally tyres, not buff tyres, but he's trying to wear those tyres down as he comes out. Why don't we go around the barrel once again?
Back to the start line, Dean Herridge.
So Scott Pedder and the Renault, you just made it into this power stage.
Mate, I hope this run's better than the last two. I've never been sharp around here, as you know, Dino, so I need to find about 2 seconds, I reckon, around here now to feature in the points, I think, so we'll see how we go.
It's a great point Scott makes. Remember, these contestants are now playing for bonus championship points. The magic sounding Renault Clio R3.
3, 2, 1, go. Into 3 right.
It's a good little thing, this car, as he gets into the first right-hander and moves up.
1 left wide.
Oh, bit wide there, coming down now to the hairpin. Bang, bang through the gears.
10 left
Could go a
entry.
little bit wider there, a little bit tight, I thought. Down through the main straight, and there's a bit of a kink here, left and right, but this is the high-speed area.
3 left deep.
Down into Pedder's corner. Scott Pedder doing the business as he comes through. Nice line through there.
2 left plus. 200.
I'll say it's a tidy start so far. We head toward the split time. We didn't think that Nick Box's effort would be all that hard to beat, but you can see the clock counting. It actually doesn't make Box's effort look too bad thus far, but he's under. That's the crucial point.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice indeed. Tidier through the corner that time around.
Good to see the co-driver giving the driver some encouragement. Comes round, just touches the handbrake there. You could see the back wheel lock up slightly.
9 right. 100.
Maybe 2013 is the year that Scott Pedder makes amends. He hasn't had a great run at this stage in the past, but he's made a brilliant return to competition.
The circuit, you've got to use every inch of the track. You see how wide he comes out there. Just clips the barrier. Next corner is the left-hander again. Let's see how wide he comes out there.
U-turn right.
We get towards the East Coast Bull Bars barrel.
2 right plus.
A little bit of understeer there, push the nose out a bit. That was lost a bit of time through there, Rusty.
200. 2 right plus.
Rally school straight
80.
into the right-hander.
3 right.
Pushing there by the looks of it.
100.
Chasing time, hustling the car up on the curb there even, Scott Pedder.
Flat right out.
can hear those gearboxes, those bang, bang, bang. All they've got to do is go forward or back with the sequential gearbox coming up to the tight right-hander. This is where it's wide and tightens into the hairpin. Grabs the handbrake and bulls it around. Lost a bit of traction as he tried to get out of that corner.
It's a beautiful coastal setting, but Scott Pedder has no time to take in the view.
Right plus. Okay. Good job, buddy. Nice and neat, well done.
As you can see from the clock, he's 20 seconds faster than Nick Box.
That one missed gear. Yeah. What happened up there? Just wheel spinning or something out of it, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a missed gear change or too much wheel spin, and I went for the gear, and I think I got neutral. Maybe cost me a second, so the rest of the run was pretty good. It won't be enough to win the power stage, but hopefully it gets some points.
Replay, and that's the missed gear, Ross.
Yeah, I don't think he lost too much time there, Rusty.
Another angle of it. Tidy lines from Scott Pedder. He doesn't think it'll be enough to stay top of the power stage. Back with more in a moment. Coverage of the Pedder's power stage at the Quit Forest Rally in WA continues. Next competitor about to get underway.
Mark Pedder, you out-qualified your brother, and also you're within a second of Eli. This is a good chance for you.
Yeah, look, no, we had a couple of good, really, clean runs, and, it's always nice to knock your brother off. So, no, if we can do that again and get this bloody hairpin up here right, no, we should have a decent run.
So, I reckon with the chance you're going to push?
Oh, hell yeah.
Here we go, guys. He's on for it. Mark Pedder in the Honda.
Nice one, Dean. Thank you. Here we go.
This is the Pedder show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 3.
And Ryan will keep the lead, a little bit of a lead on that enthusiasm. Lots of tyre smokers. Mark Pedder lights it up.
Well, they've got to make sure they try and get enough heat into those tyres in the first couple of corners. And he looks like he's doing the business as he comes round. Nice line through there for Mark. Aren't those gearboxes fantastic? Bang, bang, bang. You don't even have to think about what you're doing.
Remember, we said earlier in the program, the engineer in this squad who comes from Italy has a lot of experience in touring cars with Honda, and they have tapped into this to really help the setup of the car for the power stage, given they're on the tarmac.
Down rally school straight into the next left-hander, using all the circuit out wide there.
And he's down at the quit split, not by much. That's relative to his brother, Scott Pedder. Can he recover some time here now?
This is where he can make it up if he takes it nicely through here. What's he going to do? Oh, no, understeer. Too wide, too wide.
Got the eyes on. Look at Mark Pedder gritting the teeth in the Honda Jazz.
He certainly has the race. He certainly has the race face on.
2 left plus 200. 2 left plus again, 100. Hairpin drum, so it's 2 left plus again, 100.
It's just like casting your mind back to the old British Touring Car Championship, the Super Tourer days. They sound fantastic, these cars. Let's look here.
Handbrake time.
Further down, still dropped more time now. It was about half a second before. Now that gap to Scott Pedder has increased. He may stay top of the power stage in the Renault.
And Rusty, with the front wheel drives, they don't have to put the clutch in. When they get to that barrel, they just grab the handbrake and lock the back wheels up to get the back end to swing around.
9 left, flat right out, 100. Braking at last bail, turn 1 right late, don't cut.
Not that brave.
100. Pussy. 50. It's a flying finish.
I don't know how many of us would like to be sitting in the passenger seat doing this, but the co-driver's doing a great job as he comes down to take the finishing line.
And you can see that it's not good enough to beat the benchmark time of Scott Pedder and Dale Moscott.
Not too bad. It's that second hairpin was a bit of a poo, but that's okay.
Yep. Not enough? No, we stalked up the hairpin. So, no, you can just make one little mistake and lose a heap of time in there, so we gave it a shot.
Let's have a recap. This is the one that you thought was quite costly. Big push coming into the left-hander. Down at the East Coast Bull Bars barrel.
You've upset your big brother. Yeah. I don't think we'll be staying here for long, although it is comfortable here, but I don't think we'll be here for very long.
Tom Wilde and Bill Hayes here, the local WA crew. How you find this power stage?
Yeah, not too bad. They got a good run on the last one, so we'll see how we go. Just got to keep it smooth and neat through here, and I think we'll do all right.
Now your teammate Scott Pedder is the leader so far, 2:32.9. Are you going to knock him off?
Yeah, I just had a look at him up at the corner there. He's going pretty fast, so we'll see what we can do.
Good luck, mate. Into team rivalry. We're going to love this one.
You're right. 5.
It's an improvement of 2 seconds between qualifying run 1 and qualifying run 2. Lights up the front wheels just a little.
Well, Tom, of course, is a local, and I'm sure he will have been down here practicing a few weeks beforehand to make sure he knows exactly where to go. Let's see how he goes through the Kumho hairpin here. Not bad, not bad. He could have taken a little bit wider there, but as we come down through here, thread the needle through that slight kink.
Turn left 6, fast exits. 90. Turn left 6.
Calling the shots for him, Bill Hayes, very experienced co-driver, has worked at times even with our own Dean Herridge, and has some international experience that he brings to the table as well.
He's been with me as well, Rusty.
What second prize? To the split now. He's down, but it's not by much. 0.2 of a second. This is recoverable. He has the eyes on.
Left fast exit. 120. 1.3 plus. Into the flat right 3. So you got 7.5 now.
Well, he's got a problem by the sound of it. That thing should be revving up to sort of probably 9,000, and the limiter would come in. So he's actually have to change early, so he'll be a slow time here. This is what's causing him the aggravation.
What a shame for Tom Wilde.
Left 6. Okay, we're coming to the drum this time. You got me, drum this time. Yep.
Word of warning from Bill Hayes about the barrel, the East Coast Bull Bars barrel.
Sets the car up now. He's got to come in nice and tight. Grabs that handbrake. Watch those back wheels lock up. There they are. Back onto the gas. Very well done through there.
And having to short shift significantly because of that electrical problem. He's doing his best to drive around it so close to the wall there, Tom Wilde.
90. Turn 6. Opens fast.
He's clearly, Ross, adapted a strategy of carrying as much speed as possible. He can't rev the car. Best thing to do, try and maintain the momentum if you can.
That's exactly what they've got to try and do, and that's what he's doing. Let's see how he goes down through here. Bang, bang, down through the gears. Wide entry.
Oh, how close do you like it?
Tight exit.
5 plus.
Last corner coming up. Left-hander.
So it's well shy of Scott Pedder's time.
Got to solve that problem quickly. Just bad.
The reason they've got to do that, before they head to the forest, they've got a big weekend ahead of them.
Well, we're having dramas with the car. It won't rev again, so the most I got was 7.5. So just keep pulling gears early and get through it. But obviously we couldn't get enough.
So replay of some of the action here now.
120. Pull them early.
I can pull them early, he said. He has to pull those gears early, given the gremlin.
Well, electrical problem's going to be easier said than done to find that.
This was so close, but a reprieve for his teammate.
Yeah, got a point, which is good. I think my time here has finished in about 4 minutes.
Dean Herridge standing by to talk to Brendan Reeves on the start line in just a moment. Welcome back to the Pedders Power Stage here at the Quit Forest Rally. Dean Herridge is with our second fastest qualifier now.
Brendan Reeves and the Mazda, you won the power stage in Canberra, attacking this time as well?
Yeah, we're attacking. Everyone's been fast. It's 0.1 of a second between Ella and I earlier, so it's going to be close. We'll see how we go. Everyone's fast. We're looking to win in the Mazda 2 again.
It's a Pedder 1-2 at the moment. You can beat those guys, you reckon?
I hope so. We'll have a crack anyway. We'll see how we go, Dino.
Rusty, this guy is probably the most experienced out of all the competitors on tarmac. This will be fast.
On the rev limit as he came through there. Some news emerging at this event. He'll be headed stateside along with Rhiannon to contest a rally over there not long after the Quick Forest Rally. So great news that he's doing some more stuff on the international scene.
Brake early, square left, don't narrow exit.
Down into Pedder's corner. Oh, a bit of a brake lock up there. But all these lines will be perfection, and they are as he comes down now. Coming into Rally School straight.
This is beautiful stuff. You can immediately tell this is a step up. It looks fast. Heading for the quick split. How much? Scott Pedder reckoned his time was done. Oh, he's down. Only 2/10. That's a surprise. It looked quicker than that. Scott Pedder's done a very good job.
Let's see how quick he goes through here. This is where he's got to make it up. Let's see what sort of line. Nicely done. Nicely done through there.
So much so that left rear just popped off the ground fractionally. Let's listen.
Brake early, square left, don't narrow exit.
He's pulling plenty of revs down that main straight.
Lock up just fractional.
3 Pedders, tyres screaming.
150. Hair square left, narrow. 80.
Left foot braking there, of course.
Oh, such a good job on the development of this car. Lock up, holds it. Check the split. He's found some ground, has he? Looks like he may have. We'll see.
Oh, nicely done through there.
Only by 3/10. This will be critical. This final split. He was down, now up. Can he hold it and take the lead of the Pedder's power stage?
Well, I've got my money on him. I've seen him drive on tarmac, and oh, tell you what, he was nearly driving into hay bales through there as he comes down through the Pedder's corner again. Down through the fastest part of the circuit.
Brake early, slipping 3 right, tight, sharp, narrow.
That time racing overseas has served him well. He looks so comfortable behind the wheel, doesn't he, Ross? Things are just happening almost in slow motion, flowing beautifully.
Last corner, locks up again. Power on, uses all the road. Great time!
Well done, and it's by a narrow margin, but he does it.
Really Scott did at 132.
Really bogged down in first around that hairpin.
Looks like you might have booked yourself a spot in there. Good, that's what we needed. Championship points. That's all about. On the hairpin down the back there, we've got quite a tall first gear, so it bogged down a lot. Drove with a bit of understeer, and I thought, oh, we might have missed out, so we'll see what Eli can do.
Let's take a look at the hairpin here.
Good line, but as it comes out, that's where it is.
Yeah.
It's not on song, eh?
Well, the bull isn't happy, but Brendan Reeves is, despite bogging down in the hairpin.
Eli Evans in car number 1. Brendo's done it again. He's gone to the front, beat Scott by 0.6. It is close.
Oh, it is close, isn't it? It's hopefully not a repeat of Canberra, where Brendan pipped me on the line here. We're just going to, same theory applies in Canberra though. We're just going to go out and do our best, drive as fast as we can, and hopefully it's enough.
We cannot wait to see this.
The smile belies how much he wants this. He knows that points are up for grabs.
Okay, tell me when you're ready and I'll give you a 3, 2, 1 and we'll go. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
And Weston beside him there.
Lit it up off the start, looks good.
100. Right entry, left 1 sharp.
Nice and wide exit of that first corner.
100.
That was quick. That was quick through there.
Short right 8. 100.
Look at the eyes. Look at the concentration, the focus. The Jazz G2 sounds magnificent in full flight, and he is going for it.
3 wide exits.
Through Pedder's corner, using every inch of the track here.
120. Left 2 narrowing.
And more.
Eli Evans attacking the Pedder's power stage. We head to the quick split. Is he up or down on Brendan Reeves?
Oh.
It is, he's up.
100. Right entry, left one sharp.
Determination here from Eli. He certainly has shown us how to drive in the last couple of years. He's fantastic. Nice line through there, nice wide line.
Hungry to get on that throttle.
100.
Quick check of the dash.
Right entry, left 3, narrow exit.
Just took that bail there.
50.
Lock up.
Left 3, wide exit.
He is using, as I said before, every inch of this circuit, getting the maximum speed on exit and entry.
Great test for the drivers. And in terms of a power stage, the absolute antithesis of what we saw only a month ago, even less in Canberra. This is terrific stuff. Oh, so close.
He's out there in the gravel as well. Handbrake.
70.
Nicely done through there too.
And as you can see, he's really improved even more.
150.
Oh, so close. Brushes it. Was it a light brush with the wall? It certainly looked it.
Steering wheel still straight.
100. Fast right 3 open.
It is game on in the 2013 East Coast Bull Bars Australian Rally Championship. More than one driver co-driver combination, but certainly between Eli Evans and Brendan Reeves. This is close.
This is going to be sensational finish as they come down to the second last corner. Nice wide entry out, very nicely done. One corner to go. Could it be 5 bonus points? Bang, bang, down through the gears.
Finish 50, fast right 2.
He's done it!
Oh, yeah!
Bugger. Take the barrier.
Look at that. It's by 100th of a second.
I've got a 33 flat on my watch. Faster, I'm not quite sure. I think we could get done here. Bugger.
They think it's not enough.
That's a good drive.
You got us by 0.01. Good job.
No joke.
Yeah, I think that'll be the closest finish ever. Shows how close it is to the top of the ARC, so good competition.
Ready to ask how you feel?
0.01 I've been told by Brendan, so it doesn't get much closer than that. It's, I'll tell you what, it was tricky. We were used to doing one way around, and then when we changed to the other way around, I turned into the first corner. The car wouldn't turn in. I'm assuming because the tyre on the left-hand side of the car just doesn't have as much heat generated on the other. We tagged the wall, and I just thought, oh no, I could see it slipping away, but we hung on by the smallest of margins. So that's 5 championship points, and I'm super happy for Honda.
That is an unbelievably close finish. The winner's check, but it's some valuable championship points, he said, for the race for the title. You can catch all the action from round 2 of the East Coast Bull Bars Australian Rally Championship in our next program. Coming up now, though, highlights of the 4-wheel drive National Series and the good old classics. Back right after this. Of the East Coast Bull Bars National 4-Wheel Drive Series, a series where teams must compete in 4 events over the season. 7 crews lined up for the competition, but only 6 started the Forest stage after the MRT Subaru Forester failed to start.
Oh, I know what the end result is. We've done a big end bearing on the engine. The car's done 37,000 Ks, and you know, the last 7 events have been pretty tough on it. I've always been impressed with how long the car has lasted and just how tough the Subaru diesel engine is. And the transmission, and unfortunately all at once we found out the hard way with the transmission change yesterday and now an engine problem last night. So yeah, there's a few things we've got to check when we get back, which I've got a few suspicions over, but that's just one of those things of rallying, unfortunately. The pace that we're pushing this car, which it never was originally designed for, I don't think anybody would have expected it to perform at the level it's done. I've been surprised. The difficulty we've had is lifing the parts, knowing how long something will last without, you know, okay, we'll do an engine rebuild, we'll do a gearbox rebuild, we'll do this, we'll do that, which you can end up spending a lot of money. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but you just got to see what lasts and what doesn't and make the decisions based on that, really.
With Middleton's first DNS in 2 seasons, the field got set for the Forest Stages. Lee Hines was #1 4-wheel drive on the road, but his track record in the ARC wasn't in his favour as he led off through the kinky special stage.
Into 9 right, 50 at the top, 5 right, tightens to 4, sudden 5 left, don't cut. This is 5, tightening to a 4, sudden 5 left, don't cut, opens to 8. This 5 left, don't cut, opening to 8, 50, long, 2 left, hug, sudden very long, 4 right. Don't hug too much, but sudden very long, that was too much, 4 right, into 4 left, hug, sudden 7 right, don't cut. Here's 4 left, hug, sudden 7 right, don't cut, in 5 left, sudden long 3 right.
Relative newcomer to gravel, John O'Dowd's objective was simple.
Objective, just to finish. Just finish in one piece.
Into right 4 plus half long. Right 4 plus half long opens. 150. 150.
O'Dowd wasn't the quickest, but he was consistent, and that would count for plenty over the weekend.
It's on crest in 30. Left 4 plus. 30 left 4 plus. 20. Left 5. Left 5 into right 5 on crest line, 70, right 4 half long, it's right 4 half long, 50, max crest, 40, left 5 minus half long, tightens in, left 5 minus half long, tightens in, 50, max crest into right 6, 100, keep left 5 minus.
Consistency, or the lack of it, is what Doug Tostovan was counting on from his opposition. His last-minute entry, a shot at the National Series title.
It was a last-minute entry, yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully we can make it a bit further than the Zero car.
The Zero car only made it 4K into the first stage, but the competition field did better, although some not much more. John Makara's Evo 7 was fine through SS3, but through the next stage, Ferndale, he paid the price for a hasty radiator repair in service. Failing to refit the overflow bottle meant the engine ran out of water and overheated. His quick Forest rally was run. Neither Graham Miles or Adrian Delalo would start SS5. Miles with gearbox issues that terminated his Heat 1. While Delalo was out long enough to refashion the sump guard to stop the oil filter rubbing on it. Doug Tostovan's day took a turn for the worse when he clipped a gutter in SS4.
Car felt a bit funny afterwards and smelt tyre smoke and knew it wasn't good.
Lee Hines won every stage till the repeat of Ferndale near the end of the first heat.
Oh, the exhaust manifold's broken and it's burnt some wiring to the fan and a few other things, so it's running on a couple of cylinders. So I've just got to try and bypass the wiring to the fan to get that working so we can get into Nannup.
Hines never made the short sprint stage around Nannup Oval and handed the heat win to the Kalani Subaru. Reward for O'Dowd and Searcy's measured approach to their rally. Hines came out firing next heat and led from start to finish, winning every stage. Another rally story of what might have been. The S-Technic Subaru was back on song through the early stages, but keeping the car in one piece was the new challenge after the antics of Heat 1. Graham Miles rejoined for Heat 2 but suffered a fuel pump issue after running wide through the rough at the golf course in Healthway. The car never recovered and he was last seen at the 19th, drowning his sorrows. Adrian Delalo, in his first gravel rally, picked up his pace throughout Heat 2 with experience in Dakar and the Australasian Safari under his belt. Delalo set about gaining valuable experience on pace notes for the first time and brought the Red Earth Motorsport Lancer home to a podium third. O'Dowd punctured the Kalani STI through SS13 during the day, but somehow managed to get through the stage without dropping time. Doug Tostovan might have beaten O'Dowd back into third in heat, but that and his first place yesterday was enough to give the Killarney driver the weekend win, with Tostovan taking the second step on the podium. Coming up next, the highlights of the classics from the Quit Forest Rally in Western Australia. Of events with the Otago Classic Rally in New Zealand saw several of the regular Classic competitors head east across the ditch to challenge the Kiwis. Worthwhile too, Neil Bates and Coral Taylor bringing home the silverware for Australia for the first time in the event's history, amongst a 40-something strong field of classic cars. Despite the distance of our own most remote championship round, two cars made the trek across the Nullarbor Plain from the east coast with their classics. There were no sheep stations on offer as incentive to win, but the thrill of driving some old rally cars was just too much for some.
I've wanted to come here for about the last 7 or 8 years and just, you know, haven't made it here to compete. I've been here heaps of times to watch and to help out and to be an official, but I've never been here to compete. And I've thought, you know, you just got to tick things off your bucket list, and this is one of them.
Fro Horrobin wasn't on his own. Mark Beard had also made the journey across the country from New South Wales in the Subway-sponsored Datsun 1200 Coupe.
4,600 kilometres.
How much competitive?
There's about 200 altogether. But it's worth it. It's worth it just to be part of it.
A Mazda masquerading in the form of a Datsun 1600 slipped into the field. The telltale sound of the rotary was a dead giveaway, the hybrid Datsun being powered around by WA's John Ludlam.
It's a different one. It's an original Dasda which was built back in '85 and then tucked away in a shed for a while. And then I've taken on the job of restoring it, just making it a bit safer but keeping it in the spirit of 1980s rallying. So yeah, it's a great little car. I hope I can keep it in one piece for the day.
Another local, Leo Irix, had freshened up the Pinto engine in his Escort for what would likely be the car's last season of rallying in Western Australia. Irix and co-driver Paul Vanderday were focused on the two-wheel drive state championship, but did play with the other classics in the field. As we've come to expect from the seasoned machines, reliability was an issue. A misfire in the little 1200 Coupe had Mark Beard scrambling at service between stages, but they pressed on.
Didn't have any horsepower back on that last stage, but anyway, we'll have a look at it and see what we can do and go from there.
Into 10 right on crest, into 10 right on crest again.
It was the other Datsun, the 180B, that proved most reliable over the weekend. Fro Horrobin taking out the classic win from Beard.
Straight brow into 6 left. .58 right, tightens to 5.
The Classic Spirit Award also headed east. Horrobin and the event's youngest co-driver, Tom Ryan, collecting the Trenching Systems Australia Award for consistently entertaining the crowd and the camera. The Australian side-by-side challenge stepped up a notch this season with the introduction of Can-Am's new race machine, the Maverick. Last year, the Can-Am Commander struggled to keep pace with the Polaris Razor, but all that has changed.
It's finally here, the Maverick. So a true sports machine from Can-Am, and looking the goods. Certainly this bloke here in the background is going to be hard to beat, and we needed something, you know, tough, sporty to really to match it with Polaris, and I think we've got it here now.
In the trial runs around Barnard Park in Bustleton, it was evident the new machine was every bit the match for the Razor, a prospect that excited the opposition.
It's going to be great competition though now. Can-Am have got a good machine here. I guess he's been out doing a lot of testing and we had a lot of fun on recce as well. We had to actually drive these vehicles on the roads to do our reconnaissance of 2 passes over each stage. So we've effectively done 2 rallies already, so we had a great time out there. So the competition starts this weekend.
Crocker wasn't the only Australian rally champion running in a side-by-side this weekend.
Yeah, Justin's going to come in and spoil things, he thinks, but it's going to be great now. There's a really good competition here between the 6 competitors. We're going to have a really good fight, so it's going to be a great weekend.
It's like a motocross bike on 4 wheels. So, you know, as everyone knows in rallying, I love jumping cars. And at least with these things, when I jump them, they land. So they're fantastic. They're a lot of fun to drive. They're very cost effective to run. It's just a fantastic category.
The competition got underway at dusk on Friday night, and it was evident from the start the 2 marks were well matched. After a struggle all last year, Michael Guest took the first 2 stages from Cody Crocker. 2 from 2 for Can-Am on debut.
An easy 5 right brow care stop, narrow 6 left.
Out in the forest next day, the real fight began. Crocker was quickest through SS3, Kinky. Guest was 10 seconds behind, but all that was reversed next stage, Ferndale, when the Can-Am pilot shaved a massive 15 seconds off the Polaris. Nathan Shivers swapped camps during the off-season, returning in a Maverick and adapting quickly to the new machine. The new kid on the block, 2011 rally champion Justin Dowell, struggled with the unusual race machine. Frustration at his slow stage time, boiling over by the end of Kinky.
Into 6 left, 200. Short 8 right. Send straight over crest and short 9 left, 30. 8 left long opens, 50. Hug 8 left into brow 7 right, 30. Short 7 right, line finish 150.
Ian Hughes returned in his Polaris to try his luck again in 2013, but was sidelined early on in SS4 when the drive belt blew in the Polaris, and he and Adam Barnes were left languishing on the end of a tow rope. Hughes rejoined for the afternoon stages though. Another Polaris, driven by ARC rookie Gary Connell, circulated all day without issue, hardly made an impression on the leaders.
70. There's your right plus long.
Michael Guest's morning lead was slowly eroded to less than 2 seconds coming into the last forest stage. The same stage he'd won by 17 seconds in the morning. But it wasn't to be a repeat effort for the Can-Am crew.
50, medium right short, close into fast K left. And fast medium left. Medium right, ahead over flat crest, fast K right plus very long. Fast K right plus very long. Into fast K left long. 30. Small flat crest. Into fast K left.
What had been shaping up to be a head-to-head tussle between Can-Am and Polaris ended on the side of the road when the Maverick clutch let go.
5 left. Into 6 right, don't cut. Short 6 left.
A 3-minute penalty for checking into a control point early cost the father and son team from Sydney plenty. But Team Shivers still came in third, behind Justin Dowell and Daniel Wilson. Trying his hand at side-by-side for the first time, Dowell was experiencing the new concept of heading bush mid-special stage.
That's when it gets really exciting because you don't know what's up, you don't know what's coming. You've got massive rocks, big culverts, big jumps. You know, it's just got a mix of everything, and then you get on the fast stuff and you're just holding everything flat through anything from sort of 5s up to all the way to 10. Now it's all the same number to me, just flat foot.
In the end, it was Cody Crocker's experience that saw him finish on top yet again in a class of racing he's come to dominate.
Into flat crest.
Without Guest starting Heat 2, the Can-Am charge was left to Dowell and Shivers.
Over straight jump.
Come on. She's gone.
Electrical gremlins crept in, sidelining the new side-by-side convert. Nathan Shivers pushed on to trail Crocker all day, staying ahead of the rest of the field, eventually picking up second for the weekend. Beneath Dow's frustration with reliability issues was his ever-present sense of humour.
Just on a Sunday drive.
His Sunday drive rewarded him with third for the weekend. Ian Hughes' drive in Heat 2 was better than Heat 1, but he couldn't believe how slippery the road surface was in this region.
I was just saying that, my navigator before, I still can't get used to the marbles. I'm just so psyched out by them and slippery as I can't commit to anything. And once you go off-road, it's good. There's none of that sort of stuff. It's just through the bush and it's a lot more grip and your speeds aren't up as high because it's so tight and logs and dips, gullies, rocks. It's not too bad for the slipperiness then.
Turn 5, left young. 50. 6 left, 70. Crest 10 right. Into 9 left, slow 70. Turn 7 left, jump. 120. Care straight junction. 100.
Polaris dominated the competition again this round, but Cody Crocker's enthusiasm for his Polaris Razor was tempered by the startling performance of the Can-Am Maverick.
Look, it was a real battle yesterday with Desti. We were flying. That was absolutely flat out. There's not much more left there at all. And really, it's really unfortunate that he did have the problem and not finished the last stage out there in the forest. And it's very, very close. It's like literally there's seconds in it on every stage. So it's going to be a fantastic battle for the rest of the year. It's going to be really good.
That wraps up our first program from the Quit Forest Rally in WA. Stay tuned for the main game ARC competitors coming your way. The East Coast Bull Bars Australian Rally Championship returns next week. We'll catch you then. Bye for now.